Now on CoastTV News.
We're seeing one more comfortable day weather-wise for Delmarva. Then the heat and humidity returns for the 4th of July and the rest of the holiday weekend. Maybe a few storms as well. I'll have that holiday forecast coming up in just a few seconds.
Beryl whipping through the Atlantic. Some island nations deal with the aftermath while others await the impending storm.
Smoking prices spike. We're looking at the big increase of Maryland's taxes on tobacco products.
Home help for the Hilliard family. The move made by Tunnels to Towers to honor Wicomico County Sheriff's Deputy Glenn Hilliard, who was killed in the line of duty.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Independence Day Eve, Paige?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah,
this whole week is like a whole week for celebration.
It's one of those, it's in the middle of the week. It's one of the weird times that this holiday falls.
It is. I prefer it obviously on a weekend, I think, like most people.
Right.
But,
or go like a Monday or a Friday, you can bookend a weekend or something like that. But when it's in that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's, hey, what, are you going to take time off? Are you going to take a week off?
Right.
You know, are you going to take that just a day off and then you have to go back to work?
Listen, whatever you're doing, hopefully there's good weather for it.
Yes.
So we'll just bring in Bob right now. Bob, what are we looking at for the holiday?
Well, I think for the holiday, the weather should cooperate overall, guys, and leading up to the 4th. Watch out for areas of patchy fog this morning. Otherwise, temperatures on the cool side. 58 Georgetown, Redden 56. You need a light jacket out the door there. 57 in Delmar. That's a nice break. 64 Bethany Beach. So a little milder along the coast. Temperatures into the mid-60s as the winds are starting to come around to the east-southeast. Right now, most cities are showing good visibility, but there is some patchy fog out there this morning, so watch out for that. Otherwise, mostly clear skies, maybe a few clouds back through D.C. and Baltimore. Otherwise, high pressure still hanging on for one more day, one more comfortable day of humidity and temperatures. Then we have the heat building back to our west, and that will build in for the 4th of July. Here's Futurecast. Watch out for that patchy ground fog this morning. Otherwise, temperatures warm from the 50s, 60s into the 70s. That fog may be a little pesky through mid-morning, and then around lunchtime, we're into the 80s, and I think we're topping out in the low to mid 80s later this afternoon with 70s along the coast. So a good looking day leading up to the 4th with lower 80s, but then the heat and humidity returns for the 4th and the holiday weekend, and some showers and storms as well. It won't be a complete washout for your holiday. I'll break it down coming up in just a few moments.
All right, thank you, Bob. Hurricane Beryl continues to devastate the Caribbean today. The week Beryl became the earliest ever Cat 5 hurricane in the Atlantic Basin. You can see here the impact it has. This is what it did to the island of Barbados. Jamaica is now bracing for this powerful storm. The director of the Meteorological Services branch with Jamaica's Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation is working on emergency plans based on what has been seen so far.
Well, there's a great deal of anxiety as we have seen the impact of this storm in Barbados, in St. Vincent, and of course in Grenada. So citizens, businesses alike have been putting in place all of their hurricane preparatory steps.
And experts predict Beryl could increase the cost of U.S. gas by 5 to 10 cents a gallon over the next week. That's because it might disrupt Gulf Coast oil refineries.
Ocean Pines Police will continue to investigate this morning after one person drowned in that area. We're going to show you that area right there on your screen. Ocean Pines Police and Volunteer Fire Department say they responded to a call on Windjammer Road. When they got there, they met a family who found 69-year-old Marvin Thomas in the canal behind where they were staying. According to a police investigation, Thomas fell into the canal sometime overnight, but he was not able to pull himself out.
We've covered extensively the death of Wicomico County Sheriff's Deputy First Class Glenn Hilliard, who was killed in the line of duty in 2022. Now, in an attempt to make life easier on his wife and 3 children, Tunnel to Towers Foundation has paid off the mortgage on the Hilliard family home. Tunnel to Towers Fallen First Responder program started in the wake of 9/11. The program pays off the mortgages for families of law enforcement and firefighters killed in the line of duty.
Happening now in Maryland, the cost of buying cigarette products, that's going up. This is as the state adds more taxes to tobacco products. There's now an additional $1.25 tax on a pack of cigarettes, which raises that tax on a pack of 20 cigarettes to $5. E-cigarettes also saw a huge tax hike. That went from 12% to 20% tax. At least based on the response of one smoker's wife, this actually could be working.
Today we actually got cigarettes for my husband and we paid $15. And I just said to him, I said, it's time to quit, because when he first started smoking cigarettes, it was only $6.
And Maryland officials estimate that the tobacco tax increases will generate approximately $91 million for K through 12 education.
This does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you think Maryland's tobacco tax helps reduce smoking and vaping.
Oh, 31% of you say not at all, and 61% of you say unlikely. You're not feeling very positive today. That's okay. 6% of you say probably, and 2% say it definitely is. So, okay, a little mix of reviews there, but if you haven't voted, still can. Go to coasttv.com or vote on our app.
This morning, an update on the controversy over the new Rehoboth Beach city manager, Taylor Tedder, and the deal he received. Now, you may remember the city was found to have violated the Freedom of Information Act. Rehoboth Beach commissioners have set up a special meeting on this contract. The meeting is scheduled for July 8th, and it will be open to the public. This is in response to the FOIA ruling from the Department of Justice in Delaware, and that issue is approving Tedder's contract during executive session. And it is a meeting that did not provide for public comment.
This morning, a 28-year-old man is in custody after police say he shot another man at the Big Chill Surf Cantina in Rehoboth Beach. Police say 28-year-old Jonathan Blackwell from Milford was arrested Sunday. He's going to be charged with first-degree assault, carrying a concealed weapon, and possession of a firearm. He's currently awaiting extradition from Pennsylvania. Police say he shot a 27-year-old man in the leg after a fight in the parking lot.
On the eve of Independence Day, Maryland State Police say it is taking measures to keep roads safe. According to state police, troopers will be ramping up patrols throughout the weekend. Troopers from Salisbury, Berlin, and Easton Barracks, they're going to increase patrols on routes 50, 13, and 413. With an expected increase in alcohol beverage consumption over the next couple of days, MSP is recommending a designated driver and consider people using public transportation or ride-share services. A growing number of Democrat leaders are calling on Joe Biden to reconsider running atop the party's presidential ticket, urging him to step aside, they are saying, for the good of the party and the country.
Yeah, there's less than 2 months until the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. The Biden campaign, they're scrambling now to pivot their messaging after President Biden's poor debate performance last week. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what this could mean for the future of the presidential race.
Growing calls for President Biden to withdraw from the 2024 presidential race.
I wanted to speak directly to the president about the need for him to step aside.
Congressman Lloyd Doggett is the first sitting Democrat in Congress to publicly raise concerns, citing President Biden's poor debate performance and fears about the country's future.
We need to have the strongest candidate possible in order to assure that the values that we hold for our democracy are not traded for an authoritarian strongman bent on revenge against his opponents.
White House officials are defending the 81-year-old's mental fitness and accomplishments.
This is a president who, over the last 3.5 years, has demonstrated the right wisdom and the right judgment and the right character.
Vice President Kamala Harris is doubling down.
Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again.
If President Biden does step aside, the vice president is seen as a strong replacement. Congressman Jim Clyburn says he would support her, but wants to see Biden push ahead.
I want this ticket to continue to be Biden-Harris.
Former President Trump is also weighing in.
Well, they say he's not getting out, and they say getting him out is very hard because he has the delegates, he has the votes, and that if he doesn't want to get out, there's not a thing they can do about it.
President Biden looking to reassure Democrats and the public that he's capable of doing the job. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
The White House Chief of Staff will hold a call with House staff today aimed at sending the message for staff to weather the storm and keep their heads down. Now, some staffers have indicated frustration that no one is telling them anything.
All right, Matt, well, we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Coming up on Coast TV News Today, first catch on the coast. We'll tell you how Ocean City celebrated the first white marlin of the summer.
And counting on commission. That's what some locals in Delaware are doing as the governor will decide on a Hispanic commission bill. We're telling you what the commission will focus on.
Bringing up Belhaven, when Rehoboth Beach will give another site plan to the hotel that's caused controversy. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Your getaway starts where it all began, Pennsylvania. A place with 1,000 experiences that'll have you coming back for seconds. And they're just down the road. See the Big Bell right beside bigger battlefields? Go around the next bend and you'll find world-class cuisine, Great Lakes, and Grand Canyons. Small towns with big reputations and whitewater right next to calming waters. Come visit Pennsylvania, the great American getaway.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care, women's health services, to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
5:12 on our Wednesday morning. Looking good in Dover right now in the Bay Health Cam. Just a few clouds on the horizon. No fog here, but I did notice some fog into the way to work this morning, so some patchy ground fog. Otherwise, look at these cool temperatures in the 50s away from the coast, but along the beaches right now, you're in the low to mid 60s, so maybe a light jacket out the door. At least we're not talking about any wind, and there is some of that fog out there. Otherwise, mostly clear. Just some clouds moving in across D.C. and Baltimore, but otherwise, we're looking at mostly sunny skies. One more day of nice temperatures. Then we've got the heat building back to the west. That will be moving in for the 4th of July. Here's your golf forecast for today. Stay hydrated with water. We're looking at great weather, mostly sunny, a touch of humidity for this afternoon, and 84 degrees.
Bob, do you ever miss any more? That's some
never.
Spectacular putting there. Continuing with a story in Rehoboth Beach that we've been covering for you, the proposed Belhaven Hotel and how it could change the look of the boardwalk. Plans show the hotel would be 4 stories high with retail space on the bottom and an underground parking garage. This is where the Candy Kitchen currently is. A public hearing sparked debate in June. This process will continue with a site plan review, and that's scheduled in Rehoboth Beach for July 12th. In Lewis, there's only a couple days left to submit any comments about a proposed development that we've covered for quite some time. It's named Henlopen Bluff, and next Monday, officials will hold a site plan review for this project. Developers, they have their eyes on a chunk of land off of Gills Neck Road. They want to add 79 single-family homes to a 61-acre property across from the Lewis-Rehoboth Canal.
Google's greenhouse gas emissions have soared almost 50% in 5 years. That's according to Google's annual environmental report that came out on Tuesday. The spike is due to the expansion of its data centers that underpin artificial intelligence systems. But it leaves Google's target of getting to net zero emissions by 2030 in major jeopardy. Paramount Studios is close to a merger deal with Skydance Media. Paramount is the parent company of CBS, MTV, and Nickelodeon. Skydance is an up-and-coming movie studio who helped produce the movie Top Gun Maverick. Paramount has struggled with the decline of cable TV. It's about $14 million now in debt. Still ahead this morning, counting on commission, what's left for a Hispanic commission in Delaware to become reality.
And we're looking at Salisbury right now. A little bit of fog, a few clouds out there, and I Spicer Brothers Camp. Otherwise, one last comfortable day weather-wise, then getting hot and humid into the 4th of July holiday. Some storms into the weekend every once in a while. I'll have your forecast details in 2 minutes.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud. Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, CoastTV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Feeling the summer sizzle? Is it turning your home into a sauna? At FH Fur, we know you can't wait when your AC is down for the count. That's why we're offering same-day service, guaranteed. If we don't make it to you the very same day, you will pay a diagnostic or dispatch fee, plain and simple. So whether your AC is blowing hot air, your thermostat is on the fritz, or your entire system needs replacing, an FH Fur expert technician will bring your comfort back today.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
The big issues: abortion, civil rights, healthcare. When Trump policies were attacking our rights, County Executive Matt Meyer fought back. Now Trump is promising a national abortion ban and huge cuts to healthcare coverage. Matt's healthcare plan will reduce costs, not coverage, by increasing competition on the exchange. And Matt's plan will protect women's access to abortion, always. So call Matt Meyer. Tell him you support his plans to protect Delaware values.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:17, and let's take a look now. Live look at the Delaware State Capitol area. This is Dover, and like all of Delmarva, just look at that in the background there. A great-looking morning so far. Bob, we do want to hear about today. We really do, but I think a lot of people want your word on tomorrow, too.
Yeah, that's the big day, 4th of July, right? And, you know, the big summer holiday and Independence Day. And I think the weather will cooperate tomorrow for outdoor festivities and for the fireworks into the evening hours. It's possible we could see some storms into the overnight, but I think we're dry really all day. 8 a.m., 75 to around 90 at 2 o'clock. And then by 8 o'clock, as we're getting ready for the fireworks, around 82. Then there could be some storms moving in after that. Could be a close call, but right now I'm going to say it's going to stay dry. Right now it's cool. Inland areas 56 in Salisbury, 57 in Delmar, Georgetown 58, 56 in Redden, Lewis 61, 65 in Rehoboth, so a little milder along the coast right now. And the flow is off the ocean out of the east. Eventually it'll start to turn to the southeast and then south, and will really warm up. It's your 4th of July. Here's a satellite picture right now. Just a few high clouds, a little bit of patchy fog out there, so watch out for the ground fog. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly clear skies, just some clouds moving in through the D.C. and Baltimore area at the present time as high pressure is beginning to slide away, and around that high, we're starting to see a southerly flow and a heat dome building back to the west just in time for the 4th of July. Here's Futurecast this morning. Watch out for the ground fog as temperatures rising from the 50s into the 60s, and then mid-morning into the 70s. Maybe still a little bit of fog hanging on, otherwise mostly sunny skies. Some 60s along the coast, and then by noon, it's mostly sunny. Temperatures in the low 80s, humidity level still pretty good, and along the coast, you're into the 70s this afternoon, while inland areas in the low to mid 80s, pretty average for this time of year. And then this evening, temperatures fall from the 70s back into the 60s, and then we move into the 4th of July, and in the morning, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s. I think we'll see a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, and then by the afternoon. It's in the low 90s most areas. Otherwise, a little bit of relief along the beaches with 70s and 80s and the southerly wind bringing in that humidity. Then we move into the evening hours and we could see some storms back to our west, but I'm holding out hope that it stays dry for the fireworks. But we could see a few showers and storms through the overnight hours, and then it clears out by Friday morning. Here's our muggy meter. We were comfortable, or at least we are comfortable now, and then we're moving into the muggy range, into the very humid to miserable range, I think, for a good part of the weekend. Feels like temperatures not too bad today, into the lower 80s, and then later Thursday feeling like low to mid 90s, and then it gets bad after that. Friday feeling like triple digits away from the coast, and pretty much the same on Saturday with all that humidity. Here's a look at Hurricane Beryl, not the hurricane it once was, but still pretty formidable, packing winds of 145 miles per hour. Looks like it's heading for Jamaica later today, maybe as a very strong hurricane. And then it does tend to weaken a little bit as it heads towards the Yucatan, around Belize, maybe a Category 2 storm, and then a minimal hurricane possibly into the western Gulf of Mexico. Then looks like bringing a lot of rain to Texas. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 84 today, and then for Thursday the 4th, 91, 92 Friday, maybe some storms Saturday, but then it dries out on Sunday, but still hot, a high around 90. Eileen Springfield from Laurel is our umbrella winner. Congratulations, Eileen, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. Happening now, a Delaware bill would make the Delaware Hispanic Commission a permanent fixture in state politics. The 18-member commission advises the governor on matters that are important for Hispanics in the first state. Representative Jeff Holosky, who is a co-sponsor, says the commission is a great representation of America.
We've been a nation that prides ourselves on everybody getting a shot. And when you have a chance to make a difference, and you're given that a fair chance to make a difference, then hopefully the spirit of the Hispanic people will come through and show how great leaders they have, and the ability to change our society in a way that's beneficial for all Delawareans.
The bill would codify the commission, is now just waiting for Governor John Carney's signature to become law.
And the Delaware Hispanic Commission was created in 2011 by former Governor Jack Markle in Executive Order number 28. It was to advise the governor, the governor's cabinet, and members of the General Assembly on matters that are important for Hispanics in the first state.
Up next on Coast TV News Today, Dewey EV Enforcement will tell you how the town was able to get these new electric vehicles as part of its police force.
So here we go. He is blasted out there, but now he hits top gear. Putting out the surge of her career. Way out in front of the field. Pulling away from the rest of the pack. And it's a world record again. And the American is passing by everybody. Here we go. What a performance. Unbelievable. Always fast. That's dominance by the United States.
Delmarva's Classic Rock. Big 107.7.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app today.
Accurate Termite and Pest Control. For the best termite elimination on the shore, call Accurate and have the safest termite prevention for years to come. Locally owned and operated, Accurate Termite and Pest Control, on target since 1995.
If you're experiencing ringing, humming, or buzzing in your ear, you may have tinnitus.
Tinnitus is a condition that can make it hard to understand speech, relax, or sleep.
If you have any of these symptoms, the first step is getting your hearing tested. The audiologist will be able to diagnose your problem and prescribe you devices that can alleviate your symptoms.
Hearing aids like Signias even offer tinnitus programs that can offset tinnitus noises.
To learn more information about Massed Audiology, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Positive, focused,
supportive, and goal-oriented. These are just a few qualities of coaches who inspire their athletes.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and make a $500 donation to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an extra donation to their program.
Nominate your coach today at delmarvasportsnetwork.com under the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network, coach who makes a difference. Brought to you by Preston Automotive Group.
There are many details that shouldn't be overlooked when buying or selling your coins. Mint mark, date, and condition are all factors in determining a coin's value. Don't get ripped off. Find someone reputable who can answer your questions and pay you top dollar on the spot. Look to see if they broadcast current values live and if they use Graysheet for determining your coin's value.
To learn more about Robinson's family of businesses, the coin and jewelry experts, visit Delmarva Experts on WBOC.com.
Accurate termite and pest control. With over 300 combined years of experience, we're community focused and 5-star rated.
Accurate pest control.
Locally owned and operated, Accurate termite and pest control. On target since 1995.
The Dewey Beach Police Department's getting an upgrade, and they are going electric. A grant from 2023 allowed the town to get these 2 electric Ford F-150s, and they're also getting 2 charging stations at the police department. These electric F-150s were in action for the first time this past week.
Ocean City is known as the white marlin capital of the world, and the first catch calls for, of course, some celebration. Jake Emche and his vessel, Captain Andrew Dodderwich, were lucky enough to be the ones to catch the first white marlin. And we're going to show it to you on your screen in just a moment there, but the town has awarded them $5,000. That's for their catch, which was 25 miles east of the Baltimore Canyon. That's exciting stuff.
That's a ways out there,
Yeah.
too. Good job. First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey back with us now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we're in July, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's correct.
The morning conditions do not match the date on the calendar, IMO. How about that one?
IMO.
IMO.
In my opinion.
In my opinion. Yeah, I know that. No.
Good job.
I'm hip with the kids. No, it is a little cooler, guys, for this time of year. Maybe a little taste of fall. No, I won't go there. No, because I mentioned the cooler weather, and Mac freaked out, said don't wish the summer away. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, 60s this morning. Watch out for some patchy fog. And then 70s as we go into the afternoon. A little cooler for Ocean City. Waves around 1 to 2 feet. UV index is high. Lewis, you're into the upper 70s later today. Mainly morning clouds. And then Rehoboth, you're into the mid 70s as we go through the day. Here's your bay forecast. Waves up to about a foot on the bay. And in Cambridge, beginning in the 60s, but 83 by about 5. And then Crisfield, a little cooler for you into the lower 80s. But everybody gets hot to humid for the 4th of July and the rest of the holiday weekend as well. A couple of storm chances. I'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Bob, thank you. Also coming up after the break, talking about Tedder again. That's what Rehoboth Beach officials will do next week after they were found in violation of FOIA. We'll tell you when you can attend the meeting that'll focus on the deal at the center of the controversy.
Also, Shelter Showdown, the controversy over a big donation that was meant to help the homeless, and why one donor is now asking for her money back.
And Beryl barrels in. We'll show you the destruction of the storm and tell you where it's headed next and how people are preparing. CoastTV News Today will be right back.
Your getaway starts where it all began, Pennsylvania. A place with 1,000 experiences that'll have you coming back for seconds. And they're just down the road. See the Big Bell right beside bigger battlefields? Go around the next bend and you'll find world-class cuisine, Great Lakes, and Grand Canyons. Small towns with big reputations and whitewater right next to calming waters. Come visit Pennsylvania, the great American getaway.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid. Yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
Here at the Delmarva Sports Network, we know sports is more than a game. It's about your teams in your town coming together to celebrate, bringing sports to life, and creating bonds that last a lifetime. At DSN, we're proud to capture that spirit, plus the dedication and passion of your athletes. That's why DSN was awarded Outstanding Year-Round Local Sports Coverage. We're honored to be part of your team's journey. Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams. Now on CoastTV News.
We're seeing one more comfortable day for Delmarva, then the heat and humidity returns from the west as high pressure moves away. That means a hot 4th of July and the weekend as well. Some rain at times possible. Details coming up.
City manager saga as Rehoboth Beach officials now attempt to check a big box they missed in the hiring process for this post.
A big chill arrest as Delaware State Police now wait for the extradition of the Milford man who was involved in the shooting at the bar just last week.
Church controversy. It's about this building in Lewis and a large donation that never produced the services it was intended for.
This is CoastTV News Today.
July 3rd, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
The time is 5:30.
Yes.
Plenty of festivities getting ready to ramp up as we are one day away from Independence Day.
Obviously a very big day, especially here on the coast for a lot of people. So I don't know about you. I might be trying to stay off the roads a little bit.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Are you doing the same thing?
Be traveling at some point,
Okay.
going to the home area outside of
Nice.
Scranton, Pennsylvania for festivities there.
I was going to go to Pennsylvania. We should carpool.
Oh,
We'll talk.
it's just such a small state.
I know. We're probably going to be right near each other. All right. Well, let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Chahi now. Bob, we won't ask you for the Pennsylvania forecast, but what are we looking like at home?
We're looking good on Delmarva and probably a good chunk of Pennsylvania as well, I would assume. We're looking at a cool start to our day. Look at these 50s across interior areas of Delaware and Maryland. 56 in Salisbury and Delmar, 58 in Georgetown, Milton 59, 61 in Lewis. A little milder along the beaches. We're into the mid to upper 60s, Bethany Beach up to Rehoboth. As we have light winds, but the tendency is out of the east-southeast. Now, visibility is good for Georgetown, Salisbury, and Ocean City, but I have noticed some patchy fog when I came in this morning, so watch out for that early on. A few clouds around D.C. and Baltimore. Otherwise, it's high pressure hanging on for one more day. And then this high moves away and we start getting into hot and humid weather for the 4th. Watch for some fog this morning. Otherwise, temperatures warm through the 60s and 70s. Lower 80s by around the noon hour. We're in the low to mid 80s later this afternoon. Cooler 70s at the beaches and a muggier evening on the way. Here's our UV index today, sponsored by Ocean City. Very high to 10. Bird time is only 10 minutes. So hats, sunglasses, shade, all that good stuff, and stay hydrated. We're in that very high range the next several days right through the 4th. It dips a little bit by Sunday.
Bob, thank you so much. Hurricane Beryl continues to devastate the Caribbean today. This week, Beryl became the earliest ever Category 5 hurricane in the Atlantic Basin. We're going to show you some of the impacts right there. This is what it did to the island of Barbados. Jamaica now bracing for the powerful storm. The director of the Meteorological Services Branch with Jamaica's Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, locals are worried ahead of the storm's arrival.
Well, there's a great deal of anxiety as we've seen the impact of this storm in Barbados, in St. Vincent, and of course in Grenada. So citizens, businesses alike have been putting in place all of their hurricane preparatory steps.
And experts predict the Beryl could increase the cost of U.S. gas by about 5 to 10 cents a gallon over the next week. And that's because this could disrupt Gulf Coast oil refineries.
A huge donation to a homeless shelter that never came to be. It conjures an old and familiar saying, no good deed goes unpunished.
Good intentions and a sizable cash donation caught in a bit of legal boondoggle, thank you, with a pinch of buyer's remorse. CoastTV's Charlie Sakaitis shows us why one donor feels their money was not put to good use.
Helping people in need. It's something Rona Knox Prescott has been doing for well over a decade.
I've been working with the homeless as a volunteer since about 2009.
She began volunteering with the Emmanuel Shelter, who was looking to buy this old church in Lewis on Route 9. But they needed money to make that happen, and yet again, Rona was ready to step up.
I'm retired. My kids are grown. They're pretty well taken care of. I've got some money in the bank as I've been saving.
Over the course of 3 high-dollar payments, Knox Prescott says she donated $475,000 to the Emmanuel Shelter, which was eventually used to buy the property in 2018. And that's really when the problems started. The would-be shelter got massive pushback.
The neighbors didn't want the homeless near them.
As the building sat, a legal fight ensued, and meanwhile, at the same time, the Emmanuel Shelter transferred all of their holdings and ownership of the property to a different nonprofit that also helps the homeless, Lighthouse for Broken Wings. But then this happened.
So I was driving by a couple of weeks ago, and I saw a for sale sign out there.
And Knox Prescott is upset about it. The money donated was no small fee for her, and it never led to the kind of service she had intended.
They needed help here, and I found out who could help, so I gave my money there. And it just didn't pan out, and they're still needing help.
The Lighthouse for Broken Wings says it fulfilled its obligations. Knox Prescott's money will go to helping the homeless, just not here on Route 9, saying in part, quote, "We have to try to make the best of what we have, and we still, of course, have the shelter. We have the home where we have disabled people, and we'll continue to do this work when we buy new property." Proving that sometimes, even with the best of intentions, even with the money to back them, making a real change is no easy task.
And Prescott told us that she wants her money back so she can put it towards exactly what she intended it to. The Lighthouse for Broken Wings says the property, though it's for sale, it'll be finalizing in the coming weeks.
The legal battle on Belltown property goes back to 2018. That's when a Board of Adjustment decision granted a special use exception that allowed for a homeless shelter to be built. That was reversed by Superior Court. Appeals to the Supreme Court were not successful. The Lighthouse for Broken Wings noted that approvals and variances are very difficult, adding to this issue.
This morning, we have an update on the controversy over the new Rehoboth Beach City Manager, Taylor Tedder, and the deal that he received. So you may remember the city was found to have violated the Freedom of Information Act. Rehoboth Beach commissioners set up a special meeting on Tedder's contract. That meeting, scheduled for July 8th, it will be open to the public. This is in response to the FOIA ruling from the Delaware Department of Justice. An issue approving Tedder's contract during executive session, a meeting that did not provide for public comment.
We've covered extensively the death of Wicomico County Sheriff's Deputy First Class Glenn Hilliard. He was killed in the line of duty back in 2022. Now, in an attempt to make life a little easier on his wife and 3 children, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has paid off the mortgage on the Hilliard home. The Tunnel to Towers Fallen First Responder program that was started in the wake of 9/11. The program pays off the mortgages for families of law enforcement and firefighters killed in the line of duty.
This morning, a 28-year-old man is in custody after police say he shot another man at the Big Chill Surf Cantina in Rehoboth Beach. Police say it was 28-year-old Jonathan Blackwell from Milford who was arrested Sunday. He's going to be charged with first-degree assault, carrying a concealed weapon, and possession of a firearm. He's currently waiting extradition from Pennsylvania. Police say he shot a 27-year-old man in the leg after they had a fight in the parking lot.
Still have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up this morning, fireworks sparking up injuries. How many people took to the ER after firework fiascos last year.
Also, Little League title on the line. The comeback win that sends a Lower Shore team to the Maryland State Tournament. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
We salute the United States Space Force. As the U.S. Space Force marks its 5th anniversary, we celebrate its dedication to protecting American and allied interests in space. This newest branch of the military ensures that we remain at the forefront of space technology and security. Their pioneering spirit and commitment to innovation are essential in maintaining space as a stable and secure environment for future generations.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Transform your outdoor spaces with Expert Wire. Add outdoor outlets to your porch, patio, or pool area and effortlessly plug in lights, fans, or whatever you need without extension cords. Expert Wire's skilled electricians provide safe, professional installations which will enhance your outdoor experiences this summer. Whether you're hosting a barbecue, enjoying an evening with friends, or simply relaxing, we make it seamless and convenient. Call or book online at expertwire247.com. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
This summer, Lewis is your go-to destination for live music. Rocking the Docks brings you the best tunes from soulful sounds to classic vibes. There's something for everyone. Plus, enjoy food trucks and explore our vendor market at every show. Don't miss out on beautiful sunsets and great tunes. And don't forget to bring the whole family. Kids 12 and under are free. Rocking the Docks, your summer soundtrack. Tickets on sale now at rockingthedockslewis.com.
Intruders are more likely to target homes with dark zones. Take the bullseye off your house and turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a high-tech security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. During the day, it's disguised as a high-tech security camera. It's completely wireless and installs in just seconds. Powered by solar panels, no batteries needed. It adjusts a full 360 degrees. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. But wait, we can also include a second one. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll give you free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. So call 1-800-316-1548 or go to buybionic360.com.
Just about 5:41 on our Wednesday morning. Dry tech cam showing some clouds in Ocean City. 68 for you, but a lot cooler inland. 59 Seaford, 58 Georgetown. Del Mar only 56 in Redden. And along the coast, you are a little milder in the 60s as the winds are coming in off the Atlantic Ocean. 9 miles visibility in Georgetown. We do have some areas of patchy fog, so watch out for that. And some clouds are moving in as well. Some mid to high level clouds just to our west. Otherwise, it's high pressure in place, but eventually the heat will start to build in as we go into the 4th of July. But one last really decent day. And on the golf course, 84, a little touch of humidity later on, mostly sunny and looking pretty good. Call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
The Milton Town Council meeting held on Monday indicated that in the fiscal years 2023 and 2024, the town's financial position not that strong. According to Councilwoman Lee Revis-Plank, the expenditures outpaced revenue. So the council is asking that people in the town now share suggestions for either increasing money sources or decreasing expenses. The fiscal year 2025 budget is now in development.
Lewis is still working on ways to define open space and shape how open space should look like in communities. The city will be meeting next Thursday to talk about ways to set standards for the protection of open space while new developments take place. According to city documents, open space can be defined as land set aside that will not be developed. The space could be used for community open space for things like recreation or preserved green space like the 4th Street Preserve.
Now, we've been talking about it all morning. Independence Day almost here. It is worth a reminder to be very careful with fireworks. Last year in the U.S., about 9,700 emergency room visits were due to injuries caused by fireworks. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says teens, that's 15 to 19 years old, accounted for the highest rate of those visits. Last year, about 18% of tested fireworks had faulty fuses or contained prohibited chemicals.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
The District 8 title was on the line last night in Little League Baseball. West Salisbury facing off against Berlin in a winner-take-all game. Maryland 8 to 10-year-old District 8 championship in Berlin. A sunny evening to see a champion crowned. We start off in the bottom of the first. Eli Bunting skips one to short. The throw is high, leaving Bunting on first, and 2 runs come across for West Salisbury. They lead 4-0 to end the first. Top of the third now, A.J. Nelson up to bat for Berlin, and he destroys this baseball, drops just short of the fence and hops over for an RBI ground rule double. This makes it 4-4 as Berlin looks to take the lead with plenty of happy fans behind the fence celebrating. They've got more celebrating to do. Here comes some more Berlin offense. Jackson Miller looking to bring his man home from second. The infield hit too hot to handle at shortstop, giving Miller enough time to reach first and bring Nelson home from second. 5-4 Berlin as the boys in blue keep coming back. Some stellar defense as well at the hot corner in the bottom of the fourth. Cooper Smith throwing out some leather, makes the snag like it's nothing. Number 10, making it look easy. In the end, it was enough to crown the Berlin All-Stars as your Maryland 8 to 10-year-old District 8 champions with an 8-5 win over West Salisbury. They'll move on to the state tournament in Hagerstown, Maryland. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
It's now time for movie and music news. Here's David Daniel with your Hollywood Minute.
I'm completely overwhelmed.
Yet another award for Kate Winslet. The Hollywood Walk of Fame star and Oscar, Emmy, and Grammy winner has received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Munich International Film Festival. Winslet was on hand to accept the honor and introduce the European premiere of her passion project, Lee, about fashion model turned war photographer Lee Miller. The film opens in U.S. theaters September 27th.
I would just go, hey, I could sing.
Not for a while. Ann Wilson is taking time off for health reasons. The Heart singer says a recent operation revealed cancer. While the surgery was successful, she says doctors told her to take the rest of the year off. So Heart has postponed the rest of its current Royal Flush tour, though Wilson says, I absolutely plan to be back on stage in 2025.
Can you imagine our kids on their own? We can't just look away. The state ain't no family.
Are you sure these people want us?
I know they do. You can call me Mama.
Here's a look at Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot. The film is based on the true story of a small town in East Texas that embraced 77 children in the foster system who no one else wanted. The inspirational drama opens in theaters on Thursday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We're seeing a touch of fog on our tidal health cam in Seaford and some mid to high level clouds, some sun as well. A good looking day, last comfortable day weather-wise before it starts getting hot and humid for the 4th of July and beyond. Some storms as we go into the weekend as well. I'll have the forecast details in 2 minutes.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in appliances, to ensure that you not only get the best product for your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
It's always fun bringing clients into Delmarva Design Center. No matter how much they want to spend, there's always an option for people to pick something that they like.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
This is the big moment here.
It is just a work of art.
Effortless grace.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, baby. Wow.
Oh, baby. Boy, was that good.
The style, the flow, she's got it all going for her right now. That's jaw-dropping. Incredible. Excellence and swagger.
I'm just sitting here in awe.
It's now 5:48 on your Wednesday. We're going to take a live look at Ocean City, see what's going on there in OC. Bob, it looks very calm. The water looks very calm. Good day for a boat ride, in my opinion.
I think so, too. Looking good for really any outdoor activity, Paige, as we're looking at one last comfortable day before we start seeing the heat and humidity as we go into the 4th of July. And a cool start to our Wednesday. Look at these 50s inland away from the water. 59 in Milton, 58 in Georgetown, Seaford 59, 56 in Delmar and Salisbury. And we've got low to mid 60s along the coast, even upper 60s in Ocean City right now. As the winds are light, but they're coming in off the ocean. Eventually, they do start to turn to the south with time, and we'll start to really warm up as we go into the 4th. We're looking at clouds and radar right now. Some mid to high level clouds moving through and a little bit of ground fog. Otherwise, we're pretty quiet with high pressure keeping much of the East Coast very quiet. But then farther to the west, west, we're starting to see the heat building across the Ohio Valley. As this high moves offshore, our southerly flow will start to strengthen, and we'll see more in the way of heat as we go into the 4th. Here's Futurecast this morning. We're looking at temperatures into the 60s, some of that ground fog, and some mid to high level clouds as well. By noon, we're into the low 80s away from the coast, but 60s and 70s at the beaches. Right around, we'll say 73 in Bethany Beach at 2 o'clock, 70 in Dewey, 75 in Rehoboth, but lower 80s farther inland, and then mid 80s around Seaford back through Salisbury. And then a mild and muggier evening as we go through the evening into the overnight. We'll call it partly cloudy, and then we go into the 4th, and we start out with a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures in the 70s. By 11:30, we're into the mid 80s, and then lower 90s by about 3:30 as the winds are picking up from the south and a little cooler at the beaches. And then as we go into the evening near fireworks time, I think the clouds do increase. It's mild and muggy. Could see a stray shower or thunderstorm, but I think that holds off until after the fireworks, and then we clear it out. Pretty warm Friday morning. Feels like temperatures into the low 80s today, and then we ramp it up on the 4th, feeling like low to mid 90s, and then we're into the triple digit feels like temperatures on Friday, about 100 to 102. You'll have to exercise caution in the heat and take it slow. And Saturday, feeling like at least 100 away from the coast and pretty warm at the beaches as well. Here's Hurricane Beryl. It has weakened since yesterday. It was a Cat 5. Now it's a little weaker than that, packing winds of 145 miles per hour. Heading for Jamaica. Looks like it could scrape the southern coast of Jamaica as a Category 4. And then weekend, it's undergoing some wind shear. Could be a Category 2 near Belize. And then it does weaken a little more into the Gulf of Mexico. Not a threat for the East Coast. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 84 today, and then 91 for the 4th, 92 Friday, and some storms on Saturday, 91. It does dry out Sunday and Monday, but stays hot. Maybe another storm chance by Tuesday.
Thank you, Bob. Milton continues to work on affordable housing initiatives. Next Thursday, Sussex County's Habitat for Humanity will speak about organizations' role in the development of housing and fixing current homes in the town.
Rehoboth Beach is exploring a 3-way regional wastewater partnership. This all comes from a joint request by the Lewis Board of Public Works and Sussex County. The two will present a proposal to the Board of Commissioners during a workshop on July 8th. According to Rehoboth Beach, they want to use Rehoboth Beach's ocean outfall for their treated wastewater in exchange for paying the city.
Here's 2 different local blood drives to put on your calendar. This Friday, the Indian River Yacht Club in Millsboro, they are hosting a drive. This will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. There's even a perk with this one. All donors at that drive will receive a free beach towel. And then in Ocean View, there's a blood drive happening on July 15th, and that is at the Community Center from 1 to 6.
This time of year can be hard for those who enjoy outdoor exercise, but we'll show you coming up how to get in that workout without falling victim to the heat.
We're seeing lots of blue skies in Dover right now, 64, and it's one last comfortable day before it gets hotter into the holiday weekend and more humid for the 4th. And the holiday weekend continues to be hot, some storms possible, and yeah, staying pretty toasty. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Weather shapes our lives. At CoastTV, First Alert Weather means we are always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
We have a strong line that begins to press its way through central portions of Sussex.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
In sunshine or storms, our promise is to guide, inform, and protect. Weather coverage that prioritizes you. CoastTV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
Well, this is it, Ryan. What do you think? Impressive, Pat.
Ryan Seacrest is getting ready to take the wheel.
I think what you're going to enjoy most is meeting the players and getting to know the audience at home.
And people feel like they know you, even though they've never met you before.
Because we play ourselves on TV, not a character.
This is what you're like in real life, in the wild?
Well, not dressed like this.
Ryan Seacrest joins Vanna White this fall on Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune on CoastTV.
Show a hard-working woman in your life the appreciation they deserve with Working Woman Wednesdays.
It could be your mother, your wife, a coworker, or any woman you know. Nominate them for a chance to win a special prize pack. Go to WBOC1025.com, fill out a short form, and tell us why they are so special and deserve to be honored.
Then join me, Stinson, every Wednesday as I announce that week's winner.
Working Woman Wednesdays, only on 1025 WBOC.
There's a difference between a great golf setting and a setting for great golf. You've seen the Open before, right? We're talking about wind, sea, rain, dunes, bunkers, rough. There's a reason the forces that make the Scottish coastline also make the champion golfer of the year. Unbelievable. This isn't just the Open. It's golf, as it's meant to be. The Open Championship on NBC and Peacock. Part of the greatest summer of golf.
High temperatures across the U.S. are leading to a rise in emergency room visits for heat-related illnesses. According to the CDC data, people who exercise in extreme heat are at high risk.
Yeah, however, experts say you can be active outside as long as you do it carefully. Mandy Gaither shows us how to stay safe while exercising in the heat.
It can be a challenge staying fit in the summer heat.
It's the outdoor exercise sports that people enjoy doing that we have to be a little bit more cautious as it pertains to heat-related illness.
Sports medicine specialist Dr. Matthew Anastasi with the Mayo Clinic says if you enjoy outdoor exercise, choose times of the day when it's less hot.
We usually recommend early mornings and later evenings in the summertime just to stay away from those times of maximal temperature.
Start slow, picking up the pace over time. Wear loose, lightweight, light-colored clothing, which can also help keep you cooler, and monitor the humidity.
Because that helps determine how much stress the body is really going to be under.
Sweating depletes the body of electrolytes, so staying hydrated is key before, during, and after you're active.
How long of a duration are you going to be exercising for? Because that will help determine how much water you need to bring with you. Is that a 12-ounce bottle? Is that a 24-ounce bottle? And that can vary. But in general, I think it's imperative for everyone to recognize the intensity to which they need to exercise.
Finally, be aware of heat-related illness red flags. The CDC says muscle cramping may be an early sign. If you feel faint or weak, stop all activity and get to a cool place.
The symptoms can be wide and varied. It can just be a little bit more fatigued, sluggish, headaches, lethargy, even feeling some nauseousness or just feeling out of sorts.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The CDC says to call 911 right away if there are any signs of heat strokes. That includes a high body temperature, hot, red, dry, or damp skin, a fast, strong pulse, and also a loss of consciousness.
It's now 5:57. We're going to check in now with our coastal pet of the day.
Today's coastal pet of the day, catching a breeze. On your screen right now, we have Cyrus, Max, and Juno, and you can see they're all taking in the cooler weather we've been having here. These dogs, carefree, were submitted to us by their family in Harbison.
They are so cute, and we want to keep seeing all your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos and telling us what makes your pet so special.
Scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
All right, 5:58 now. We're going to take a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Bob is the man of the day.
Yes.
Because he has the details on the holiday weekend.
Wow, such an honor. I don't know what to say. Hey, make sure you keep the fur babies hydrated and cool in these hot days coming up, guys, with the 4th of July tomorrow. And, of course, the rest of us have to stay hydrated as well. It's a cool start. We're seeing 50s for a lot of us and then warming into the low to mid 80s later this afternoon. A little cooler at the beaches. Paul Davis 10-day forecast for the 4th, 91 and lower 90s really for the balance of the holiday weekend, but feeling like at least 100 by Friday into the weekend. I think we're dry, except for Saturday. Sunday isn't too bad, around 90 degrees. And then temperatures do slowly fall as we go into next week, into the upper 80s, eventually middle 80s, with some hit and miss showers and storms.
Thanks, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, as we deal with calm conditions here, it's not the case in the South Atlantic. Island nations bracing for Hurricane Beryl, all that and more as we continue on Coast TV News today.